Who does Marauders F1 go out and sign? Do they go out and find a veteran? Or do they go and find some youth that's coming up through the ranks? We look for quality, talent, and consistency, along with risk management, financial backing, the ability to overtake, feedback, and teamwork. But one thing is for sure, we want someone that can influence partnerships and help Marauders Racing take it to the next step. One person comes to mind to lead the team from a veteran perspective, and that is the former champion, Jensen Button. But as we look to the future and see who could take that second seat, there's quite a few names that are on the board. People that have been considered before, but there's one person that comes to mind that we're looking at the most. Yes, not Enzo Fittipaldi, but Jack Crawford, an American-born F1 driver who's currently in F2. This will be the next best person for Jensen Button to bring along and show him the ranks and how to be a champion. The two combinations of youth and veteran leadership from a championship perspective is going to be pivotal for the first season of Marauders Dodge Formula Racing. But before we go too far, let's show you the livery.
Grade A, USDA approved. Bang! Yeah! You know what time it is. Get off your legs and fucking ass. You're my name for good. Maybe next day, even mine. That there's better things around than getting on my bad side.
Well, thank you all for joining us. The team have done an incredible job. The car looks sensational.
It certainly does. Congratulations, and all the very best for the season ahead.
So welcome into the headquarters. There's some things we had to knock out here early to make sure that we're set up for the first race in Australia. And the first thing we have to do is set up our calendar. So a lot of things at play here from a corporate personnel and engineering perspective as well as an owner perspective. So we got to fill out our calendar here. The first thing we're going to do is a lead sponsor press tour. Oh, just kidding. I think we're going to actually go for the department onboarding. We need to get all these people on HR-wise, get them hired and get them going so they can start working on building the next great Formula One car. The next thing we want to do, I think from my standpoint, is to fill out the rest of the calendar here and do the world tour for our partners. Obviously, we're going to need some help here from an engineering perspective. We need to fill out some things here to make sure we can take up all of our time and fulfill all of our needs. As you can see, being an owner, this is kind of tough. The first thing we want to do from a personnel standpoint is really get in here and let's see what would work best. I think in regards to time-wise, it would probably make sense to do this early driver talks so we can try to start talking about people for the next year and fill out a couple other things. Let's knock that out as well. Again, we're just trying to fill out the calendar here. In regards to a corporate, we want to have a sponsor discovery event in the short term. We definitely want to have a kickoff gala for our current partners so they can have some fun. Obviously, we have a lot of global and national partners. We'll do a driver media tour as well. And I think that fills out all of our calendar here for upcoming to Australia. Next thing we want to do, obviously, our fan rating's really, really low. We're at the bottom. We're a brand new team. Got a lot of room to make up here and to make it ready for... we just got to make up some ground. You know, we're a brand new team. People don't know about us. We got to prove some results out on the racetrack and as well as, you know, provide our fans with a great experience. So I've been engineering here. Let's see what we can work on. All of our components here, obviously, if we use one of those components, pretty cool that you can manage both cars now instead of just one car. But those are all the components. And if we, by chance, need to get a new component or if we need to change a component, we can do that there. Obviously, hopping into research, we're going to look at chassis and where we can spend our resources on. Aerodynamics, engineering, all that stuff. So our two drivers are Jensen Button and Jack Crawford, something that we're really excited about. But we're going to begin talks for 2026. And in those talks, we need to figure out who gives us the biggest bang for our buck. Obviously, Max can opt out of his contract next year. He's going to, be $40 million. Oscar Piastri, $30 million. It's a lot of money. But as we scroll down here, we can see some cheaper options. But the cheaper options you get, there's going to be a less talent pool than the people that are at the top. Obviously, Kimi Antonelli is somebody that we're very interested in, but we don't think we can pull him away from Mercedes. But as you see, there's Enzo Fittipaldi, Zach O'Sullivan. It's just a lot of names down here. Roman Stanek. It's a lot of names. But I think what makes the most sense is, yes, we'd love to go out there and get Max, but Max isn't going to come to a brand new team that may have issues with durability and power units. Oscar's probably not going to leave McLaren unless something drastic happens leading into this year, if they prefer Lando over him or such. Obviously, Lewis isn't leaving Ferrari, and Jensen's going to do a one and done this year. So we really got to figure out who we want for the future. And one of the things we want is a veteran president, someone that can take a good car and really get the best performance out of it.
Things are always
And Jensen Button's doing that for us this year. We pulled him out of retirement, but I think Fernando Alonso, trying to pull him from Aston Martin and giving him a superior car, we'll have a full year of development with that car and full year of trying to catch up. And our goal is at the end of the year to compete with Mercedes and Ferrari. We got to see if we can make that happen. We obviously know right now that our competition is Alpine, the Racing Bulls, as well as Haas and Aston Martin. So if we could pull Fernando away from there at the end of the season, that'd be great. The other one we want to talk to is Carlos Sainz. We're going to pull Carlos from Williams. We're going to have 2 Spanish drivers and 2 guys that are really good, former race runners. One's a former champion.